what do I have on the table today? It's my trusty everyday carry Swiss Army knife. I've had this for, oh geez, at least 10 plus years, probably going on 12 years. My wife actually bought this for me for university graduation present. So I knew I wanted an everyday carry Swiss Army. I wanted something that had a bit bigger blade. Like this one's got a pretty decent sized blade on it. Measures, let's tape measure right here actually. Blade length is 3 1/4, roughly 3 1/4 inches. Good size blade. The Swiss Army knives are what they are. They're a cheap, reliable, everyday carry knife. It's a great little knife. It's been really good to me. I've actually had this in my pocket probably, almost every day since my wife bought it. So it's been a great little knife. The nice thing about this one is it's actually got a lock feature on it, which not a lot of the Swiss Army knives do. So this is a little neat fun feature actually that not a lot of the Swiss Army knives have. So it's just like a little lock tab. Just hold it down, and it folds in, hold it, and it locks, which is a very nice feature to have. I've had other Swiss Army knives over the years, and you go to use the blade, and the thing will come back and cut your knuckles or whatever, right? So I've had actually that happen to me before. So nice little feature having that lockable blade. It's another feature when I requested my wife bought me one for my grad. I said I need one with a lock blade, so that's why she got me this one. Other features about this knife, besides having the kind of the nice big blade or main blade, another nice feature about this one is it's got standard features of the Swiss Army knife, but it's got a pretty good Phillips screwdriver in the back. It's pretty good Phillips. Nice thing is it's like a T-handle screwdriver, so you can screw stuff in or whatever you gotta do, but it's nice sort of T-handle shape, kind of nice. It's got your standard toothpick end and tweezers, standard as most bigger Swiss Army knives do, but kind of neat little stuff. You can use them for getting into little nooks and crannies and picking your teeth or whatever. It does have a keychain or a little ring on it to put on a keychain or whatever you got to do. It's kind of neat little feature. What else we got in here? I think this is some sort of a leather punch in the back. I don't use this one very often. This is, I think it's for like threading or a leather punch, I believe. You correct me if I'm wrong, YouTubers out there, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's for. Or just punching through stuff. Punch, I guess. Kind of useful little thing. So, to be honest, what I mainly use it for is that big main blade. 3 1/4 inch blades, polished stainless. The other thing I use it for a lot, I probably actually use this more, is the screwdriver, the flathead. This little flathead screwdriver is actually bent a little bit. I'm not sure if you can see that, but I've used this so much over the years. It's easy to unfold. It does have a bottle cap opener on it too. You can see that bottle cap opener, so you can open your cold ones and stuff with that. But this is the perfect size. I find this to be the perfect size flathead. It's a nice little flathead screwdriver. It's got a nice big grip on it. This grip measures, let's see here. This grip measures, 1 1/4 wide. So it's a nice meaty end, and I found it really fits good in the hand. You can really get in there and get the action. It's also good for prying stuff. Get your knee stuff pried up. It's been a good little screwdriver end for me. The other thing this has on it is can opener, and then a little screwdriver. I haven't actually used this one as much, but on the very end you can see there's a little screwdriver end there. It's not quite as useful, but it does have another sort of bottle opener, can opener on it, which is kind of neat. I actually have used this as a can opener, and that's basically this knife. So not a whole lot of features. This isn't one of those really wide knives or wide Swiss Army knives. Some of those ones get a little ridiculous. This one measures about 3/4 of an inch, 5/8 of an inch wide. So very reasonable, nice, fairly slim to fit in your pocket for everyday carry. It's not bad. It's like I said, it's been a really, really good everyday carry knife for me. This is one of the newer ones where it doesn't have the actual metal logo in it, just printed on some sort of paint on top of that plastic, and it's you can see it's wore off over the years. But overall, this has been a fantastic everyday carry knife for me. It's been reliable. It holds an edge well. It's got that nice big main blade. I've actually skinned a deer, believe it or not, with this Swiss Army knife. That blade it was long enough to do that task, and it's a sturdy blade. I haven't put a lot of torque on it, but it hasn't broke or chipped or anything like that over the years. I've sharpened it a ton. You can see lots of scratches in there. I've sharpened it a fair bit. Mainly I just use a carbide sharpener, like the V-type, where you just, it's nice and simple and easy. But I do find these Victorinox Swiss Armies to be very, very reliable, very well built for the money, and rust proof. Well, I shouldn't say rust proof. Very rust resistant. This thing has been underwater, it's been in my pocket when I'm hunting, and it's been nice and wet, and there's not 1 ounce of rust on here. It's a nice polished stainless, high quality stainless, made in Switzerland, and it's a great everyday carry knife. I like this size. Again, it's got that nice big meaty handle. It actually has, you can kind of see, it's kind of got finger grooves in it for holding. I'm not sure if that's going to show up well, but you can actually see it's got sort of the scalloped finger holes or finger wells or whatever you want to call it, grips, I guess, grooves for your fingers. So when you're cutting, when you're slicing stuff, it's easy to hold, and it's a great little everyday carry knife. So if you're looking for something fairly, inexpensive, I think my wife paid $30-40 for this. No, not a whole lot, and this thing has lasted over 10 years without really any issues. It's been a great knife for me. So if you're looking for a good everyday carry knife, something that just slides in your pocket, doesn't have a clip or anything, so just kept carried in your pocket like an old school pocket knife. But this has been a great knife for me, and I highly recommend the Victorinox LOCKBLADE Swiss Army knife. Great knife. Can't say enough good things about it. This is my favorite everyday carry knife. Although it's not as convenient because it doesn't have a clip and whatnot, but I think as far as a tool goes, this has been my most used knife. Love it. Can't say enough good things about it. And even the blade shape. I know it's just a standard sort of, oval point, or whatever we call that, oval straight tipped pocket knife blade, but just because of the size and the length and the shape of it, it's been a very, very useful blade for me. Very, very good for just cutting boxes, and like I said, I skinned a deer with it. It's been a great knife for me. So highly recommend the Victorinox LOCKBLADE Swiss Army knife.